My name is Orange Sauce, and welcome back to my NCAA 14 Dynasty. This week we take on the Northern Illinois Wolfpack, and it's our first home game. So we want to get this win in front of the home crowd and go 2-1. We won last week against Wyoming in a close game, and we hope to continue our winning ways this week. Here's the opening kickoff. And it's a doozy. I mean, that was pretty dangerous, but we get it out at the 25, go with some option, and Andrews breaks free, and Andrews gets about 8 yards on the first play of the game, and that's a good play for Idaho because it sets up 2nd and 2 where they can get a first down on another run by Andrews for about 5 yards. And here's the first pass of the game. And it's caught by Gould, and Gould gets out to maybe the 42-yard line of Northern Illinois. And Idaho comes out, and they're running the option again, and Andrews breaks for another long run, and he gets maybe 15 on the carry, and that's going to set up another 1st and 10. And Andrews drops back, but he's sacked as he can't find anyone open, and he has no time. And Kirby gets about 7 yards to make it 3rd and 10. And this is the first third down of the game for Idaho. And Andrews, it's almost intercepted, but Idaho is lucky to come away with the ball as they are in field goal territory. And Davis lines up, and he punches it through the uprights to put Idaho up 3-0. Northern Illinois has the ball, and Sullivan keeps it. And Sullivan breaks free for what could go all the way, but he's going to be tackled at the 12-yard line on a 46-yard rush to open up the day for Northern Illinois. And Gatewood gets the handoff, and there's a face mask on the play. That's going to set up 1st and goal for Northern Illinois. And Sullivan fakes the handoff again, and he goes in for a touchdown. That puts Northern Illinois up 7-3. Reese Sullivan. And Andrews in the shotgun, and he fakes the handoff and gets 12 yards on the carry. It's looking like a battle between the two quarterbacks as Andrews drops back and he throws an errant pass, and that's incomplete. Andrews fakes the handoff, and he keeps it, and he gets 12 yards on the carry again. Andrews fakes the handoff again, and he keeps it again and gets 5 yards. Andrews is having a great game today so far as he's just been running all over Northern Illinois, but that one goes for -6 yards. And that's going to set up 3rd and 17. And Andrews drops back, and he can't find anyone, and he's nearly sacked. But he gets the pass off, and that's going to be an incompletion, which sets up a 1st and 10 for Northern Illinois. And he hands it off to Gatewood, and Gatewood breaks free for 7 yards. And that's going to set up 2nd and 2. Sullivan drops back, and he can't find anyone, so he's just going to run it. And he has all day to run as he gets out to the 31-yard line of Idaho. That's already 100 rushing yards on the day for Northern Illinois, and we're only halfway through the first quarter. And Gatewood gets the handoff, and he goes for a first down on 12 yards, and J.J. Gatewood is having a great day so far, along with Sullivan. Northern Illinois in the pistol. Gatewood gets the handoff, and Gatewood's brought down for only a 2-yard gain, and that's a big hit from Idaho. Sullivan drops back, and he finds Williams for a first down, and that's going to set up 1st and goal, and Northern Illinois could go up 14-3. And the motion, Sullivan hands it off to Gatewood, and Gatewood gets about 4 yards, and that's going to set up 2nd and goal inside the 5-yard line. And motion again. Sullivan hands it off, and Whitehead has no one in front of him. And Brandon Whitehead, on his first rush of the day, is going to go in for a touchdown, and that's going to put Northern Illinois up 14-3. Andrews breaks another run off, and he gets maybe 20 yards on the carry, and that's going to set up 1st and 10. Andrews hands it off to Kirby, but Kirby gets stopped and only gets 4 yards on the carry. Andrews fakes the handoff again, but he's stopped in the backfield for -2 yards, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 9. And Idaho calls a screen, and Kirby's open, and Kirby breaks free, and Kirby gets a first down and more with 17 yards. Andrews fakes the handoff. Andrews is on the run, and Andrews gets tackled for a 12-yard gain and a first down. Andrews already has 81 rushing yards on the day, and it's still the first quarter. Andrews pitches it to Kirby, and Kirby gets 6 yards, and that's going to set up 2nd and 4, and Idaho could potentially do some damage here and chip away at that lead. And it's nearly intercepted as the pass from Andrews is straight to the defender, but luckily he drops it, and Idaho has another chance to score. They hand it off to Francis, and Francis gets a first down on a 5-yard rush, and that's his first rush of the day. And Andrews hands it off to Grant, but Grant gets stopped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. And Andrews fakes the handoff, and he pitches it to Francis, and Francis could go for a first down, and he does, and that's going to set up 1st and goal on the Northern Illinois 9-yard line. Idaho needs to score here as they're down 14-3, and Andrews fakes a handoff and pitches it, and Francis breaks a tackle and gets 1 yard on the carry. That was a very hard-fought 1-yard gain, and Andrews pitches it to Kirby, but Kirby gets nowhere as he gets absolutely demolished, and Andrews throws it, and it's picked off by Campbell, and Campbell comes away with the interception, and he takes it out to the 15-yard line. And that is exactly what Idaho did not want to happen, as Mickey Campbell comes away with the interception. And Sullivan fakes a handoff, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to get 17 yards on the carry as he broke a few tackles and got a big gain. Whitehead only gets a yard on the carry as the Idaho defense steps up and stops him. And Gatewood gets maybe 6 yards on the carry as that's going to set up 3rd and 3. And this is the first 3rd down of the day for Northern Illinois. And Sullivan throws it, and Whitehead just barely catches it. But it's going to be 1st and 10. And Sullivan throws it again to Mack. And Mack breaks free for 20 yards and more as he goes for 24 yards and gets a first down. And Northern Illinois in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Sullivan hands it off to Gatewood. And Gatewood goes for 3 yards. And that's going to set up 2nd and 7. As J.J. Gatewood has 7 rushes and 38 yards on the day. Sullivan drops back and passes it to Moore, and Moore gets a first down right on the line there. They could have brought out the chains to measure it, but they don't. J.J. Gatewood gets another 3-yard carry. And Northern Illinois in the shotgun. He drops back. He pitches it to Moore, and Moore gets 5 yards on the reception. And that's going to set up 3rd and 1. And Gibson catches it for a first down. And Northern Illinois could go up 21-3. Sullivan hands it off to Gatewood. Gatewood breaks a tackle. And Gatewood gets about to the 2-yard line. And that's going to set up a 2nd and 2 for Northern Illinois. And they're right on the Idaho goal line. And a great play drawn up by the Northern Illinois coach. And J.J. Gatewood gets the pitch and goes in for a touchdown. Andrews fakes the handoff, and he's running. He gets a big gain. He gets a first down, and he gets 12 yards on the carry. Andrews fakes another handoff. He pitches it to Kirby, and Kirby gets 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to set up 2nd and 2. Andrews fakes another handoff, and he pitches it, and Kirby just barely gets a first down as he is stopped right on the line. Andrews pitches it, and Kirby gets nowhere as the man is right there and tackles him immediately. It's a play action pass, and Andrews is sacked, and that's going to make it 3rd and 17, and Idaho needs to get a first down here to stay in this game. They pass it, and it's dropped, and that's going to... Andrews is 2 for 8 on the day, and they need more out of him, and it's nearly picked off as William Price comes away with the deflection, but Idaho is left wanting more on that play. It's 2nd and 10, and it's passed immediately to Gibson, and Gibson gets a first down and more, and it's 1st and 10. Northern Illinois in the shotgun, and Sullivan passes to Mack, and Mack gets a first down out to about the 26-yard line. Northern Illinois in the pistol, And here's the snap, and Sullivan drops back, and he gives it to Williams, and Williams gets a first down on the 10-yard line. Northern Illinois could go up 28-3 at the end of the half. Sullivan drops back, and he passes it to Moore, and Moore gets a touchdown, and Northern Illinois goes up 28-3 in the first half. Idaho calls a screen here. They give it to Kirby, but Kirby stopped for a loss, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14, and Orange Sauce does not look happy. Andrews drops back. He passes it to... It's dropped again. It's going to be 3rd and 14. Andrews drops back, and he's nearly sacked, but he barely gets rid of it, and that he is having a terrible day in the pocket. And a bad punt sets up a field goal for Northern Illinois. But it's a long one. It's nearly 60 yards. Here's the kick, and it's way off. That's not even close. And Gould's going to return it. And hopefully he can break free, but he's not going to break free as he is run down. And that's going to be Northern. And Idaho tries to surprise Northern Illinois with an onside kick, but a costly face mask is going to give Northern Illinois the ball in deep Idaho territory. That was a big mistake, and that's going to hurt them. Sullivan breaks free, and he gets out to the 1-yard line. And on the first play of the second half, Northern Illinois breaks free, and they're on the 1-yard line. Sullivan carries it, and he's stopped for a 3-yard loss, and Idaho needs to stop here if they want to stay in this game. Sullivan drops back, and he can't find anyone, so he just runs it in. He decides, hey, if my receivers can't get open, then I can. And Idaho is down 35-3, and this is exactly what they didn't want to happen to start the day. And Andrews fakes the handoff, and he's going for a first down. And Dustin Andrews is having a great day on the ground, but he can't do anything in the air. Aaron Kirby gets 13 yards there, and that's going to be a first down. Andrews goes for another first down and more as he gets maybe 24 yards on the carry. And that's going to be 1st and 10. And Andrews breaks free for another first down, and it's the first Idaho touchdown on the day. Touchdown, Idaho. And that's Andrews' first touchdown today. Northern Illinois ball on the 25-yard line, and Gatewood is not tackled in the backfield. Instead, he gets a 2-yard rush on what should have been a 1-yard loss, and Maurice Sullivan is stopped for a 4-yard loss on the fake handoff. It's 3rd and 12 as Sullivan drops back, and it's a screen, and it's snuffed out, but Hill runs right by Gatewood, and Gatewood gets a first down and more on a 28-yard reception, and that should have been a loss of 1, and now it should be Idaho ball, but it's not. And Sullivan pitches it to Gatewood, and Gatewood breaks a tackle, and he gets a first down and more. And it's a common theme, broken tackles. If Idaho could just tackle, then they could be in this game. Sullivan is stopped in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. Jason Harper gets his 3rd tackle on the day. And it's another screenplay, but this one is also snuffed out, but he still goes for 5 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd and 6, and Idaho needs a stop on 3rd down. They haven't got one all day, and the quarterback just throws it away. That should have been intentional grounding, but Idaho doesn't care as it's 4th and 6, and they're going to get the ball back. And here's the kick, and it looks good, but it bounces off the upright. And that means Northern Illinois gets no points for the first time today. And Aaron Kirby's going to break free for a first down. It's 35-10. And Gould gets it. And he gets 8 yards on the reception. Here's the handoff. No, he holds on to it, but he's stopped for no yards on the carry. And Andrews drops back, and he gives it to Mosley. And Mosley gets a first down. And Andrews no, he does not. He fakes the handoff, and he goes for 9 yards, and that's going to set up 2nd and 1. And Andrews drops back, and he gives it to Mosley again, and Mosley gets a first down. Idaho is driving here, but Mosley is injured, so the replacement comes in, and he can't find anyone open, and he gives it to Medlock, and Medlock gets a first down and 15 yards. Here's the handoff. No, he fakes it again, and Andrews gets 4 yards on the carry. And Andrews drops back. And no, it's intercepted again. Carr gets the interception. And that is exactly what Idaho didn't want to happen. For the second time today, Idaho has thrown a pick in the red zone. And mistakes are killing them right now, as they could have 24, but they only have 10. And this Northern Illinois passing attack is just killing the Idaho defense, as they can do nothing to stop it. And Sullivan gets 3 yards on the carry. And Sullivan gets the snap. He drops back, he gives it to Williams, and Williams gets 4 yards on the reception, and that's going to make it 3rd and 3. And Idaho wants to stop here, as they could get a 3 and out. And it's going to take about 5 Idaho players to get the stop. And Sullivan still gets a 1-yard rush on the play. Andrews drops back and he gives it to Mosley, and Mosley gets a first down and 14 yards on the carry. That's going to set up 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line. And Andrews can't find anyone open, and he's sacked for -8 yards. And it's 2nd and 18. Andrews drops back again, and he passes it, and it's caught by Gould. And Guy Gould comes down with the 25-yard reception on an amazing play and just an amazing catch. And Andrews fakes the handoff again and gets 9 yards on the carry. And Andrews hands it. No, he does not, but he's tackled for no gain. Andrews hit. No, he does not. Once again, he fakes the handoff and gets 9 yards on the carry. Andrews is having just an amazing day on the ground, but once again, he cannot muster anything in the air, and that is costing Idaho. And Aaron Kirby gets an 11-yard rush on the screen. Andrews fakes the handoff, and he runs. He could get a first down, but he fumbles, and it's recovered by Williams. And for the 3rd time today, Idaho has had a turnover in the red zone. And Sullivan dropped in the shotgun. He drops back, and it's incomplete, as there's a mix-up with the wide receivers. And Sullivan hands it off to Gatewood, and Gatewood gets 6 yards on the carry. No, he is still going, and Gatewood gets tackled for a 5-yard rush. Northern Illinois in the pistol. Sullivan drops back, and he gives it to Moore, and Moore gets a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 here, and the Idaho defense just trying as hard as they can to come away with the stop. And there's going to be an offsides on the play, as Gatewood is tackled for a first down, and it's not going to matter. It's 1st and 10 with 3:24 left in the game, and Gatewood goes for 4 yards. Sullivan in the shotgun, and he hands it off to Gatewood, and Gatewood is tackled for a 2-yard gain. And Idaho wants the ball back here, and let's see if they can get it back. And Sullivan is going to be stopped for no yards on the carry, and Idaho is going to get the ball back. Andrews drops back, and he can't find anyone, and he nearly throws an interception as it's bounced up in the air twice. Andrews drops back on the screen, and Kirby's going to be tackled on the 1-yard line, and this is very dangerous for Idaho. Andrews drops back again, and he passes it, and it's caught by Gould, but then it's dropped. That's going to be 4th and 13 on the 1-yard line, and a punt gives the ball to Northern Illinois, and Gatewood is going to go for a first down, and that's going to seal the deal for Northern Illinois, as they're going to win this one 35-10, and there's the kneel. And Idaho is shocked, as Northern Illinois is actually running a play. And Northern Illinois wins it 35-10. That's going to be it for me. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, as Northern Illinois wins it 35-10, and Idaho drops to 1-2 on the year. I hope you enjoyed.